Welcome to the presentation for our paper titled Correlated Age of Information Bandwidths. Our paper highlights the potential for exploiting correlation between the performance of channels in online scheduling. We theoretically analyze the performance of policies that account for correlation. We also provide simulation results that compare the performance of these policies to policies that don't account for correlation. Our results, both theoretically and empirically, demonstrate the potential for our approach. To motivate our problem and approach, let's look at two ways in which the coming wave of technology will be different from what we have had in the past. Currently, our planet is at about the 25 billion mark in the number of internet connected devices. This number is set to grow by a lot in the coming decade. And many of the devices being added are going to look and function in ways quite different from PCs, tablets, and smartphones. To apply effective control decisions to these new kinds of devices, updates from the device will have to be kept timely at a central monitoring location. We address this challenge by scheduling in a manner that minimizes the metric of age of information, which we will look at later in this presentation. The raw sensory information coming out from these devices is quite large. This is especially true for low compute embedded devices that offload computation to a central monitoring station. To support higher data rates, we would need to move up the spectrum into 5G millimeter wave territory. With millimeter wave communication, the availability of a line of sight path and higher atmospheric attenuation become concerns. If we have a choice among multiple frequency slotted millimeter wave channels, then the line of sight requirement is something that is common across all channels, whereas attenuation will be frequency selective and will affect different channels differently. This will give a rise to correlation between the performance of channels. Now we define and formalize the age of information metric, or AOI for short, that we had referenced to earlier. AOI measures the time elapsed since the last successful update to the central monitoring station. So at every time step, the current AOI, A of t, increments by 1 if the communication fails and resets to 1 if it succeeds. The setting of our problem consists of a source attempting to communicate time-sensitive and high-bandwidth updates to a central monitoring station at every time step. It does so by selecting one of k channels. Each channel has a certain probability of success, mu of k, associated with it, which is unknown to the scheduler. Lastly, we assume that these channel distributions remain stationary across time. For instance, if there were k equal to 4 channels, they would be indexed from 1 to 4, and at each time step, the scheduler would choose one of them. The choice can be successful, as shown by a 1, or unsuccessful, as shown by a 0. The novelty of this work is that it considers the presence of correlation between channels. We refer to a correlated multi-arm bandwidth framework from the literature, which speeds up the identification of some arms as suboptimal and calls them non-competitive arms, or arms will be replaced by channels in our case. In this correlation model, the source of the correlation is an underlying stochastic latent state X, the distribution of which is unobservable and cannot be estimated directly. Depending on the state x1 to xn in which x finds itself, certain channels will work and others will not. The performance metric we aim to minimize is AOI regret. AOI regret is the difference between the expected cumulative AOI under a certain policy rho and a genie's optimal policy of choosing the best arm k star in all time steps. Here, we have taken the accumulation to take place across the entire horizon capital T. The algorithmic challenge is to provide a scheduling policy that has guarantees on AOI regret associated with it. Earlier work from our group addressed this challenge by modeling the correlation-free problem with the multi-armed bandit framework. In this work, we adapt correlation-aware algorithms from the literature to the AOI setting and provide guarantees for them on the AOI regret metric. Our presentation is part of the Bandits and Learning track, so the audience might be somewhat familiar with the multi-arm bandit framework. If not, very briefly, the MAB framework is a sequential decision-making problem setting where the player needs to choose one among k available channels or actions at every time step t. The problem is a simple case of the exploration-exploitation dilemma where the player, or the scheduling policy in our case, has to balance between choosing arms that have performed well in the past as opposed to arms that have not been sampled often yet and could perform better than the existing empirically optimal choice if given a chance. The correlated MAB framework models the channel success probabilities, or the rewards in bandit parlance, as deterministic functions of the latent state X. Using correlated variants of the well-known UCB and Thompson sampling policies, certain arms can empirically be identified as non-competitive in a constant number of pulls under expectation. Which arms will be non-competitive depends on both the distribution of X and on the reward functions y1 through yk. The correlation-aware policies do assume knowledge of these deterministic reward functions y1 to yk. We will look at the basis of this assumption towards the end of the presentation. The main results from our work are analytical guarantees and empirical verification through simulations. Firstly, we show an order log t lower bound on AOI regret for all correlated bandit instances having at least one competitive arm. Next, for the correlated variants of the well-known UCB and Thompson sampling bandit policies, we show upper bounds on the expected AOI regret. On the empirical side, we show simulation results which show a significantly improved AOI regret using the correlation-aware variants compared to vanilla UCB and Thompson sampling. First, we describe the lower bound result derived in our work. For a certain class of alpha consistent policies, which is the class of which is described in detail in our paper, we show the following lower bound on AOI regret for correlated bandit instances with at least one competitive arm. So our rho of t for any alpha consistent policy rho is at least the quantity shown on the right. Here we take a maximum of over all arms k in the set C prime. The set C prime is the set of competitive arms, or to be more precise, the set of strictly competitive arms. Pk and P prime k are the reward distribution associated with arm k, and D is the KL divergence function. So this term is the term in the denominator sitting here is the KL divergence between Pk and P prime k. Alpha and capital M are instance dependent constants which are described in detail in our paper. Capital T remains to be the horizon over which we are performing our scheduling, and mu star is the mean of the best arm or the optimal arm. Next, the upper bound result for the C UCB and C Thompson sampling policies, which are the correlated variants of the UCB of the traditional or vanilla UCB and Thompson sampling variants. Given that the horizon capital T is above a certain threshold, this stated upper bound on the AOI regret for these two policies rho will hold. Over here, U of NC is the upper bound on the expected number of pulls of any non-competitive arm, and U of C is the upper bound on the expected number of pulls of a competitive arm. C remains to be the set of competitive arms, K star is the optimal arm, and mu min is the mean associated with the worst arm or the least performing arm in expectation. So what is interesting is that this upper bound can be reduced to the form of order 1 plus order C log t for the known results of u and c and u of c. We have illustrated how this comes about in our paper. So now let us look at some examples of bandit instances from the correlated framework family. This figure shows both the deterministic reward functions y1 through y4 and the distribution of the random variable x. A value of 1 on the y-axis represents successes and a value of 0 represents failures. The distribution of x, that is the probability mass of every discrete realization of x, is proportional to the length of its associated interval on the x-axis. We see here that there is some overlap between when arms 2 and 3 are successful among other possible correlations in this setting. It can be verified that in this example there is just one competitive arm, and we have shown the details of those calculations in our paper. So now we look at the empirical simulation results for the bandit instance that was shown on the previous slide. On the right here in the figure, all the regret trend lines are plotted for the various policies UCB, its correlated variant CUCB, Thompson sampling, and its correlated variant C Thompson sampling, or correlated Thompson sampling. Additionally, the so-called AOI aware variants for these policies have also been simulated, and their trend lines have been plotted here. The details of those policies are available in our paper, but for now we stick to only the results of the UCB Thompson sampling policies and their correlated variants. So as we see here, correlated Thompson sampling performs the best on the AOI regret metric, and CUCB and CTS, which are the correlated variants of UCB and Thompson sampling respectively, have significantly lower AOI regret compared to their non-correlated variants UCB, shown in green here, and Thompson sampling, shown using the yellow triangle trend line. Next, consider another correlated bandit instance. This particular combination of the latent distribution of the random variable capital X and the reward functions y1 through y4 is interesting because through some simple calculations we can verify that there are no competitive arms in this bandit instance. So the size C, which was part of the size C in the upper bound result, which was equal to the number of competitive arms, will be 0 for this particular bandit instance, the bandit instance of example 2. So the results work accordingly. Since there are no competitive suboptimal arms, we are able to achieve constant expected regret for the correlated variants CUCB and CTS, which is an order-wise improvement over their non-correlated variants UCB and Thompson sampling. So the key takeaways from our work are that the 5G frequency band, or the millimeter wave band, would mean that the problem of line of sight occlusion becomes more significant, and this will probably give rise to correlation between the performance of various channels. It is in our interest to exploit this correlation to identify certain channels as being suboptimal within a few time steps and reduce the AOI regret. Now I would like to address the deterministic reward function assumption that was stated earlier in this presentation. The deterministic reward functions y1 through yk referenced here will have to be determined a priori through experiments followed by a regression step on the collected data. However, the strength of the model is that once these reward functions have been painstakingly determined, we can apply the knowledge to other systems having a similar hardware configuration but placed in different surroundings, leading to a different distribution for the underlying state X. Distribution agnostic models, such as the one in this work, will win out on expanding and scale in these cases. Thank you for listening to the presentation. We look forward to taking any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have.